Hello, Durud and Shalom. We be live.
Welcome back, everybody. This week has been full of good news, and today is not going to be any different. We have one of the biggest indicators of what President Trump is thinking that has happened today. I'm going to get straight into it. I'm not even going to tell you what's happening after that. Actually, I might as well give you a preview. More things are kicking off in Israel. There's another assassination in the Islamic Republic of Iran, and some turnarounds into the Islamic Republic system and how they're working. But before that, let me show you guys why you have a huge reason to be happy. Something has happened last night. Late last night, there was a release of information that was really, really good. Let's get into it. You may be wondering, why is there a pin in the middle of the ocean here? What could that possibly be? Anyone have any guesses? Armin, what could it possibly be?
I have no idea. I'm just going to guess. Is it a ship that was ran away and the U.S. Navy went and hunted down and brought it back?
No, but it is a ship. This is the current location of the USS Boxer.
Boxer! No! Boxer!
This
no!
is the current location of the USS Boxer.
Oh my God! Let's go! Let's go! Let's fucking go! Oh my God!
So late last night, the U.S. Naval Institute has released the location of the USS Boxer. Now, if you guys remember, last week I told you that the transponder for the USS Boxer was turned off and it was last seen moving west. We have gotten confirmation not only from the U.S. Naval Institute, which this came out around like 10 p.m. last night, 11 p.m. last night. I immediately posted that the U.S. Boxer is going to Iran on X for everyone to see. Some couple of people were talking about it, got zero traction, nothing until CENTCOM itself confirmed that the USS Boxer, which looks like this, is heading to the Arabian Sea. That means Iran. It is transiting the Indian Ocean at the moment. That's what's going on, guys.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Are you sure?
Yep. This is confirmed by CENTCOM.
Oh my God. We've been waiting for this.
Look at this image. They're like, we're coming for you. This is the image that's like, we are on our way. And it's like, this is the point of view of the Islamic Republic. They're just watching the USS Boxer come for them. And here they are.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, Jennifer is saying, fill me in, please. Okay, guys. So the United States has 11 naval carrier strike or amphibious groups in total, and 2 of them have amphibious striking capabilities. One is USS Tripoli, that is already, next close to the Persian Gulf, but then the other one is USS Boxer, that has been, at the Strait of Malacca or Singapore for so long, and we have been waiting for it because guys, the United States being really aggressive against the Islamic Republic would require the USS Boxer to be there for amphibious style attacks on southern Iran and the Iranian islands, to be able to take some islands, take some cities in southern Iran. If the United States was to get aggressive in moving in against the Islamic Republic, it would need the USS Tripoli and USS Boxer around in that region. And for so long, we've all been waiting for USS Boxer to make a move towards the Persian Gulf, because if it wasn't there, it came with the understanding the United States was not going to do any significant land operations against the Islamic Republic in southern Iran. And now that the USS Boxer is now moving towards the Persian Gulf, that means that the Americans are basically putting that option on the table to take islands or take some cities in southern Iran. Is that a good explanation, Ali? How would you explain it?
Yeah, that's exactly correct. There's 2,000 Marines on this ship. Somehow they all fit in there. I guess in those couple of ships in that strike group, 2,000 Marines. That's a lot of teams that you can send out to take key locations. Guys, when we're thinking about a southern coast invasion of Iran, we don't need to go in and take every grain of sand and every beach and every town. All you need to do is to take some really key spots and to strike from there other key spots, and that's it. The whole network of the transportation of oil, refining oil, shipping, all of that's gone. It's done for. This is the threat that at the moment, this picture posted by CENTCOM is the threat that's given to the Islamic Republic. They have to now weigh, is the United States bluffing, or are they really sending the ship to start a ground invasion and take Kharg Island, Bandar Abbas, all the different ports, and cut our financial lifeline once and for all? Keep in mind that most of the radar sites in the southern coast of Iran and the Strait of Hormuz are destroyed. The United States Navy can almost act with impunity and do whatever they want in that area. This was the only last missing piece of the puzzle that they needed. This would be a huge move for the operation to come. I personally don't think that it's just a threat, personally. To move this ship away from where it was already stationed, keep in mind, this was in Singapore, okay? It was closer to China. It was guarding one of the most important straits in the world, the Strait of Malacca. We also have the Strait of Hormuz or the Strait of Malacca. So the Strait of Malacca, if you choke that off, you close it off, China's finished. You close off the Strait of Hormuz, most of the countries around the world are finished. So for them to move it out of the Chinese Pacific theater and put it here is more than a threat, in my opinion. This is something that they're like, we're going to do something. And they did announce their arrival. So they should be arriving in about, I would say, a week from now. It took them a week for them to get to this point. So yeah, we're at this blue marker here, and they used to be right around here. So it took them a week to get from there to here, maybe another week for them to get from there to there. They only have to get in this general area, which is where the USS Abraham Lincoln is, and that's it. You're good to go. And that's probably why the radar sites on the southern coast of Iran have been struck so heavily, in particular. So the Islamic Republic are blind, they're deaf, and now they're about to have hundreds of Marines storm their beaches in the middle of the night with air cover and aerials, information, everything. Yeah, again, I'm not saying that's about to happen right now. I'm just saying that that is definitely on the card now for the near future, whether it's a few months from now, a year from now, but the USS Boxer is coming. They are coming.
Yeah, and also whatever happens, that means that the United States is going to have the upper hand, even if they're just negotiating, because this is with the understanding that we could fuck you up now big time because of this being here. So the Islamic Republic is now weaker because USS Boxer is over there, because it will always now with the understanding that we could take over Bandar Abbas and get complete control over the Strait of Hormuz anytime we want, with the USS Boxer being there.
Yeah, absolutely. And,
So
again, there's only a few key spots they need to take. In my opinion, the first spot they will take is this, Bandar Abbas, which is one of the ports that they export oil ships from. They'll take that first. They'll definitely probably take Chabahar as well. So this one is important. That's important. Bandar Abbas, Bandar Abbas, Qeshm Island, Sirik. And they probably will just stop there, in my opinion. They don't even need to go to Kharg Island because it's all the way up here. That is way in there. I don't think we need to go all the way over there. But yeah, this is huge. Remember, guys, we've been talking about this for months. We're like, the USS Boxer, that is a key indicator of things kicking off. And it's finally on its way. So that's a huge piece of news, and that's why I wanted you guys to be happy.
Here's the thing, though. This will mean that, it's hard to believe that they would do that without without using it, because just leaving that the China side empty like that is a huge risk, right?
Exactly. They're
And
taking this away from
so,
deterring China invading Taiwan.
yeah, so that means like it's hard to believe that they're doing this without actually wanting to actually use it or something.
Correct. And these were the same thoughts that we had before February 28th. Before February
Right.
28th, oh, they're sending the Gerald Ford, they're sending the USS Abraham Lincoln. That's just for show. That's just to get leverage for the deal to force the Islamic Republic to do something, and then boom.
So look at this. This is the, so for people to understand this, the difference, this is the USS Abraham Lincoln. We're going to use like really simple to understand. This is just a airport on water. Okay. This is the USS aircraft carrier strike groups are just military airports. Basically, that's what they are, right? These are not amphibious groups like the USS Boxer. This is the USS Boxer. This is what the USS. This is it. It does have aircraft on top of it that they could, it is a small airport, but the USS Boxer is a small airport. This top part is not what makes the difference. Is this part down here that makes all the difference? Okay, so the USS Abraham Lincoln makes you be able to have fighter jets close to wherever you want to bomb, as if you have an airport there, because you do have an airport there. But you're not going to be able to go take land and islands and send Marines into taking land, right? But the USS Boxer, which is a smaller airport here at the top, the feature is this thing down here, which it gives it its amphibious ability, meaning that from here down here, stuff like hovercrafts and other amphibious stuff can come out of there and basically move the soldiers and armored vehicle and other military equipment to any land anywhere without needing a port or anything on any land. So that means that these are the abilities that United States has that no other country has, right? Not needing a port to basically land soldiers on any shore anywhere you want happens because of having the USS Boxer and USS Tripoli. So this thing down here, the hovercraft and other stuff comes out of here, and just all of a sudden you have thousands of soldiers on your beach, right? So
Yeah.
USS Abraham Lincoln cannot do that because it doesn't have that amphibious ability. It's just a bigger airport. Does that make sense, guys? Let me know in the chat if that makes sense. Yeah,
As it's a big boat, and in it are little boats, and those little boats have soldiers.
Yes. And all of a sudden you have like thousands of soldiers on your shore coming out of nowhere, taking over.
Guys, again, Marines are the most elite fighting force in history as a part of like a broad military force. Like they're a branch of the armed forces. I'm not talking about like special forces or like elite groups of soldiers. I'm talking about the entirety of the Marines. This is the most elite fighting force in the history of humanity. Yeah. 2,000 of them. That's not a small amount. It's not a small amount at all. Again, they're not going to take somewhere and then just sit there and hold it. They're going to hit and move, disrupt all the supply lines, cut the financial lifelines of the Islamic Republic. And that is the threat that the Islamic Republic now has to face and think about for the next week. Are we going to negotiate? Are we going to give in to the demands? If we don't, what if we don't give up uranium? Oh, well, the US is going to put boots on the ground in some capacity, and then we're screwed. The panic that would cause. And that's not the only US troops that are going to be involved in the Middle East. We have actually more troops. So going back to what we were talking about yesterday, we saw that our CENTCOM commander, Brad Cooper, went to Beirut in Lebanon and met with the Lebanese president, Ayoun, right there. This image that's about to come up right now, so Brad Cooper and Ayoun talking in the one room, is not a good sign for Hezbollah. They're going to feel like they have to act now. And especially especially when there are Israeli officials and US officials talking about how ground forces of the United States may be deployed in Lebanon in the near future. We're talking about in the coming weeks. The USS Boxer arrives in a week. US troops may deploy in Lebanon within a week. Iraq is kicking up. This is how the MOU is playing out. These are just the facts. I mean, it's not even my opinion. This is just what's happening.
Guys, it is working. I know, like, Inserver is in the chat and he's going to be like, oh, 5D chess move again. But I know this is unpopular, especially, like, guys, I tell you when my views does not represent the views of Iranians, you know? But the MOU is working. The negotiations of the Americans needed a pause, and they're taking the best advantage of this pause possible. I'm not saying everything is going to work out perfectly, but while they put everything on pause, they are defanging the Islamic Republic left and right in Iraq, in Lebanon, inside Iran. The division inside Iran, the inside man Ghalibaf forcing Ghalibaf to move against the Islamic Republic. All the politicians in Iraq that are proxies of the Islamic Republic being arrested, all their millions of dollars being recovered, the Haish al-Shabi being bombed into pieces in Iraq, the peace deal between Lebanon and Israel, with Americans signing it and committing to pushing out Hezbollah. Like, everything is working. We're moving in the right direction. I'm not saying that it will always keep working this way, but while the Americans are waiting for their midterm election to be over with, and also while they're recovering from being low in munitions, while that is happening, they are not holding back. They're doing everything to keep defanging the Islamic Republic.
That's where we are. So, I think it'll become apparent really soon if this was all a mastermind play. Like, we might not, I'm starting to think we might not have to wait until the midterms. Trump does like to use the element of surprise and deception, and the midterms would be, I've always thought this. I'm like, okay, the midterms would be a really good time to actually strike because the Islamic Republic wouldn't expect it. Vice versa, it would also be a really good time for the Islamic Republic to close the Bab el-Mandeb and the Strait of Hormuz with force during the midterms to ensure that President Trump faces the most amount of backlash to potentially lose the elections. That time is, no matter what, the next few months are going to be very, very sensitive, no matter what happens. It's a very high tension time.
You know, one thing that could really derail all of this is that if Democrats really win big in the midterms, then even if we were waiting for things to go back to maximum pressure on the Islamic Republic, if that was the plan, then we might not get that because the Democrats will be able to find so many ways to tie President Trump's hands in different ways.
Yes, they can do that. And that would be the worst case scenario, not only for Iran, but it would be for most of the countries that are allied to the United States. It would be a pretty bad scenario. So yeah, I kind of wonder what people think. What are people thinking in the chat? Now that
guys,
the logistics, we showed you a couple days ago, we showed you the airlift that's been happening for the past 10 days. It's just a Congo line of air tankers coming in from the US to Europe to the Middle East. And that's one of the biggest airlifts ever by the United States, which has happened in just the last month alone. I'm really curious to see what exactly they're moving in there. There's also been 2 planes that took off of U.S. bases in the United States. They were very specific planes. These planes are the only planes that the United States uses to transport nuclear weapons. And those have taken off during this week from the United States, and then they turned their transponder off at some point, and we don't know actually where they are at the moment. I think they flew out of Kansas. But yeah, it's really interesting. So the nuclear talks are being the nuclear talks with the Islamic Republic, the groundwork for it is already set. I think Witkoff actually is here. Let me show you guys. So here's what the status of the negotiations are at the moment. Where did I put it? I put it here. There it is. So today, Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner are in Qatar. And they're back there. They briefed Congress yesterday. But here's the funny part. The Islamic Republic's foreign ministry spokesperson, Baghai, again today, he said this 2 days ago, the Islamic Republic again today said no negotiations at any level with the U.S. side will be held in the coming days. The fact that the U.S. representatives, like Witkoff and Kushner, are traveling to Qatar is not related to the Iranian delegation's trip. Sure, buddy, sure. You got to save some face, huh? But they are here. Witkoff and Kushner are in Doha.
So the Islamic Republic's foreign ministry spokesperson is genuinely trying to make us all believe that the timing of the Islamic Republic officials going to Doha being exactly the same timing, the exact day that the American officials are going to Doha is a complete coincidence. And it has nothing to do, and they're not going to be meeting. This is just a coincidence. That's what they want us to believe.
Absolutely.
Sure.
You believe me, right?
Yes. Sure. Okay.
And according to the Wall Street Journal, the IRGC told the Qataris that they're going to close the strait again if they don't receive a guarantee that only the Islamic Republic controls the Strait of Hormuz. So the IRGC are like, hey, if we're not the only ones, like Oman, F the United States. If it's not us, the IRGC, we're closing it. We're going to close it. And we're not letting any Western ships through. That's what they said. According to the Wall Street Journal,
So,
which I mean...
No, yeah, according to the Islamic Republic itself, they're saying like, they said like, what the Islamic Republic is coming out and saying like, what the fuck? The MOU clearly says that we get complete control over the Strait of Hormuz. And I'm thinking, if you truly believe that the MOU says that, whether it says that or not, you're fucking retarded. Because you think that the Americans signed a piece of paper that violates Oman's rights over their own territory? Like, you think United States just came out a document that said, fuck Oman, here's the whole thing? I mean, is it even the Americans to give? Like, isn't that a violation of, I don't know, everything?
It is not the Americans to give. Just like how the Strait of Hormuz is international waters.
What in the MOU is there that the Islamic Republic is thinking like, yeah, you guys already agreed to give us the Strait of Hormuz? Like, what is there? Like, okay.
Nothing. They only think they think that because after 60 days, the future is up in the air. This MOU is only for 60 days, guys, remember. And after that, there's no mention of what happens to the Strait of Hormuz. The Islamic Republic is like, hey, we're going to have tolls. The Omanis are like, oh, yeah, we'll have tolls, but also we're not going to have tolls. They're saying both things at the same time, which I don't... How do you even do that?
You know what I think, Ali? I think the Islamic Republic is getting more aggressive with the Strait of Hormuz. You know why? Because they're losing their other leverage, which is their Hezbollah And I don't know, maybe like it's getting weaker with the peace deal. So they're like, fuck, this is all we have. This Strait of Hormuz, like we're losing our proxies in Iraq and Lebanon. So if everything else is being taken away from you, you need to be more aggressive with what is left, which is now just two. I mean, there's the others are still there. It's just weekend. But if you even fear that you might lose the other ones, they're like, this, we can't let go of this because without this, we're nothing. We're absolutely nothing.
Exactly. And we started saying that yesterday. So this is why you guys watch us. We have the latest news and the latest developments and we have the latest analysis. And then after this, I actually go watch Morad Vaisi. He goes live after we do. And I listen to him and I'm like, I said that. I said that like 30 minutes ago. I said that an hour ago.
That's
and then,
good.
yeah, I'm like, okay, I'm on the right track. If the top analyst, Iranian opposition analyst, Morad Vaisi, is saying what I'm saying, I'm on the right track.
So Ali, listen to Morad Vaisi and Ghazi Zadeh as well,
Okay.
if you have time. If you have time.
Sure. Leo, bless your heart, said, can you try to have him as a guest on your show? He would be like, who are you guys? he's like world famous. Like all the like every Iranian plays him on their TV. Like that's like it's like a household name at this point for the past few months. Yeah, he'd be like, I don't know who you guys are. Be like, stop bothering me. I'd be like, yes, sir. My bad.
Sorry.
So can we go through the facts real quick? I want to, just without us giving our opinion, I'd like to quickly go over the facts of what's happened to weaken the Islamic Republic and what's happened to strengthen them. So let's start with the strengthening. The oil sanctions were waived. The blockade was lifted. The Islamic Republic has sold. Actually, today, I remember reading this earlier. Let me pull this up for you guys so we can see how much money the Islamic Republic has made in the past 15 days. So here it is. So this is our oil expert, completely trustworthy. And he said, after the lifting of the U.S. blockade, so about what has been like 2 weeks now, a little bit more than 2 weeks, Tehran has exported 3.2 million barrels per day of oil, all to China. And he's right about this. Worth $3.5 to $4 billion. Here's the thing. The Islamic Republic has made $4 billion. I would say actually a little bit more than that because there were some back payments that they hadn't received from China, which they can now get. And here's the part. So I went and researched because I really wanted to know. Remember, we talked about this when the blockade was lifted. I was saying, well, the banks that would be buying oil from the Islamic Republic might not want to do it because they'll be sanctioned after 60 days. When the MOU is done, they have technically worked with the IRGC, which is labeled as a terrorist organization. These banks are going to get hit with secondary sanctions.
They get a letter before they do that.
Yeah, and then we were talking about that, and so I was like, okay, well, are they gonna do it? Are they not? I mean, it's capitalism. Why not just buy the cheaper oil? It turns out that they're not doing it, which is very surprising to me. So all of this oil has actually been bought by China, and other banks and other organizations around the world are not buying this oil, which is crazy to me. I thought you'd be completely like, capitalism, but they're not doing it. I don't know if that's a deterrence.
Capitalism is risk averse. No, capitalism is risk averse.
But it's also profit. So they're like gauging the risk and the profit, and I guess they decided the risk was not worth the profit.
Profit has justified the risk, right? So higher risk, higher returns. If it's higher, even if you have higher returns, if it doesn't justify, because your returns are discounted by the risk, by the amount of risk, right? So they discounted the present value of future cash flows are discounted based on the risk that you're taking. So, a future, $10 million that is risky is less valuable, could be less valuable than $8 million that is safe.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was thinking. So, FDD has confirmed that this oil is not being bought by anyone other than China. Other banks and other countries have the option to do it, and they just aren't doing it.
Not
So,
touching.
Scott Bessent is doing his job very well, because keep in mind, there is nothing in the MOU that says other countries cannot buy this oil. They can. Actually, there's no penalties against it for this 60 days. Afterwards, there are, but if they wanted to buy right now, they could, and they aren't. That means that the deterrence of the
But
United States Treasury is more than the potential profit they'll make in this 2 months.
but China is buying it at full price instead of the discount.
Alibaba today said they're buying it at 20% higher than they used to.
Yeah, because the sanction removal, so you don't have to sell it at even though China is buying it only, they're buying it at the ordinary price, not at the discounted price that they used to. So the Islamic Republic is making more money compared to
They're
before.
making more money. So the blockade was lifted.
But here's the thing. I think it's worth it. I know the Islamic Republic is making money, but they were already making money. Okay. The pause that you had in making them oil money is already a loss that they can never recover from, right?
Wait. Let's just keep it to the facts, so we don't give our opinions to people just yet. And I want people to just see just the facts. So yeah, blockade got lifted. They're selling their oil. They've made $4 billion so far. And are there any other upsides to this? What are the positives? What has the Islamic Republic gained?
They just got $3 billion, didn't they, from frozen assets from Qatar? Didn't that just happen?
Qatar? Okay, so $7 billion in total. I'm trying to think, is there anything else here?
You got corn?
Not yet, but hopefully. Okay, yeah, so $7 billion. They roughly gotten $7 billion in the past half month, so the past 15, 20 days. Okay, so
wait,
those
the money that they got from the oil, though, isn't that just vouchers for American food, or like all the money that they're selling, all of that is going to vouchers for American food, correct?
It should be correct, yeah.
Including, what about the frozen money that is being received? That should just
also Scott Bessent also said the frozen assets also come to the United States to buy food.
So both the money from the oil sale and the money from the frozen assets released to the Islamic Republic is coming to them in a form of food stamps, basically. Both of them.
Correct.
For American food. Okay.
Correct. The United States will control all of the money that the Islamic Republic has made. That is the deal. Although, why I freaked out is because when the U.S. Treasury issued General License X, allowing the Islamic Republic to sell their oil, and in the MOU, nothing was said about this. But then Scott Bessent verbally came out and said, we will control both the frozen assets and the money that they make from the oil. And I was like, okay, you know what? I, weirdly enough, do trust you more than President Trump, just personally. So, yeah, whatever you say, Scott Bessent, I believe you. And yeah, this $7 billion is going to go back to the United States farmers. Don't just believe him.
Wait for it to actually happen to see that it happens. Yeah.
So that's the positive. Two things. They are two positives here.
Positive for the Islamic Republic.
For the Islamic Republic, yeah. Oh, actually, you can argue that they've had this time to kind of like build up a strategy. Not that we've seen it,
build
but
missiles.
You know, they got some time.
Yeah. They built missiles on a very rapid pace. So the Islamic Republic has used this time to build drones and missiles.
Yeah, so they're regrouping to some extent.
Right. Also, okay, so let's do all the positive for the Islamic Republic. What else is that they managed to, at least at the top tier leadership, they got their act together. They filled in the power vacuum. They avoided a civil war, and people's understanding of who's what and who's in charge has now been established, right? we do have still a lot of drama and infighting at the lower levels, but it seems at the higher levels, people are like, okay, you here, you're here, you're here. At first, everything was like they all were running around like chickens with their heads cut off, but now, which is literally what happened to them. But now they're all back to okay, like let's organize this, let's figure out who's in charge of what. So they got a little bit more organized, and I think they probably are coming up with strategies of what to do next time where half of us die.
Exactly. They're also actually making preparations for a U.S. invasion on the southern coast. That the commander, the one who was in charge of the Argentina bombing, the one who ordered a hit on his own son, came out today and said that if Americans invade, they will suffer thousands of casualties. So it shows that he's at least thought about the U.S. Marines invading the southern coast of Iran. So they have come up with plans.
So within the Islamic Republic, most of the analysts of the Islamic Republic are under the impression that a third war is coming and it cannot be stopped, right? And they're preparing for it, and they think that, you know, just in the same way that we were waiting for USS Boxer, their prediction was like at one point or another, Americans are going to come and try to attack from, you know, the soft belly of the cat, you know, from under Iran, because, you know, Iran is like a fortress from all sides except under the belly of the cat, which is the Persian Gulf, right? So this is yeah, exactly. Most of Iran is like a fortress, except that southern part. That's where you could bring ships and everything and do what you get into, right? So at some point, the Islamic Republic. By the way, Ali, we were exactly here before. After the 12-day war, we said that, yep, they're going to come back. The 12-day war is not the end of it. And then the 40-day war happened, and it was not a surprise, right? Now, people are we're exactly in that situation. Everybody is saying that at one point or another, we were going to have a third, like the 12-day war was the first one. Then we had it was a 40-day. That Epic Fury was 40 days, right? Wasn't it? I forgot.
Correct.
Then we have the 12-day war. Then we had the pause period. Then we had the 40-day war. We have a pause period now. People are saying the third war is coming. The third war is coming.
Exactly. We're back in the same spot where everyone agrees another fight will happen. Even the Iranian regime, the Islamic Republic, believes that a third war is coming. So we're back where we are, back where ships are coming. People are still saying, oh, that's just deterrence. Everyone's saying, yeah, third war will happen. You know, a lot of the same patterns are repeating.
Remember when we were saying that all of this military asset moving towards Iran is not happening for no reason? Right? Remember when we were saying that? And well, now we're having USS Boxer. You know, it's interesting because when USS Abraham Lincoln and stuff were coming to the Persian Gulf, those stuff are used for aerial bombardment. And what do we get? Aerial bombardment. Now the USS Boxer is coming. Those stuff are used for ground invasion on your shores. So
correct.
If we repeat the same trend before, we might see ground invasion by U.S. Marines in southern Iran. So there's that.
So those are the positives of the Islamic Republic. Okay, so again, quickly, the positives are
you guys, if you see this being talked about tomorrow, just remember you saw this nowhere else. I'm not saying, like, why am I not seeing this anywhere else? Ali is bringing this to us before anyone else. Like, I'm looking everywhere. How did you see it, Ali? Like that? Yeah, the fact, like, because I'm seeing like none of my news sources are reporting this.
I know. I was disappointed. I checked, and I saw no one post about it. This was before CENTCOM posted. I just saw the U.S. Naval Institute, and then I put 2 and 2 together. Because remember, last week, we were saying the USS Boxer moved west, turned off his transponder. Now, they're in the Indian Ocean. And I was like, okay, well, they're going to Iran. I looked around. No one's posting about it. I'm like, what's going on? This is like the this is one of the biggest indicators of war. And then I posted about it. No one looked at it. And then CENTCOM this morning confirmed. And they posted, they're like, yep,
Wow.
the USS Boxer is it's traversing the Indian Ocean.
So you figured it out and posted about it before CENTCOM confirmed it.
Yes, last night. Yeah, I mean, it's even on my Twitter feed. Last night, I posted about it.
Holy shit, that's impressive.
So those are the positives real quick. They got 3 billion of frozen assets unfrozen. They've made 4 billion, if we're being a little generous, off of oil. These are all going to be food stamps. They have to give this money to the US. The US gives them food in return and medical supplies and other things. Okay. They have they're building a lot of drones. They're uncovering their underground bunkers to get missiles out. They're building strategies on how to deal with the US militarily, which, I mean, they had 47 years to come up with strategies against the US, and we saw what happened. So this is the United States military we're talking about. So this is what's going on. Okay. These are the positives. They also largely are coordinated at the very, very top. Not completely, I would say maybe like 70% coordinated. And then the negatives of the Islamic Republic. The Islamic Republic has some major proxies at the moment. And I will get into a piece of news that I think other people have also missed. Hamas, Hezbollah, Popular Mobilization Front, Fatimiyun, Zainabiyun, they have multiple proxies, okay? Hamas is done. Yesterday, the IDF filled up their base with cement, never to be used again. Hezbollah's southern command in Lebanon got blown into the air with one of the biggest explosions in modern times, detonations. Their southern headquarters are done. Brad Cooper, commander of CENTCOM, is in Lebanon talking about how he's going to use U.S. forces and equipment to help the Lebanese military kill terrorists in Lebanon. The Islamic Republic has figured out that their proxies are being destroyed one by one, because even in Iraq, Prime Minister of Iraq, al-Zaidi, has chosen to arrest all of the corrupt politicians in Iraq, which are, it's probably like what, over 90% of all the politicians there. And he's going after a lot of the politicians loyal to the Islamic Republic in the IRGC. Not only that, he has given them exactly 90 days from today for all of the terrorist militias in Iraq to disarm. If they don't disarm, the Iraqi military will go in and disarm them by force. So they have 90 days. They have until September 30th to disarm. So the Islamic Republic has figured out that their proxies are going to get destroyed no matter what, and they have turned their focus back onto the Strait of Hormuz. They started hitting ships again to deter that, because their only leverage is that ships are stuck, the price of oil goes up, everyone's appetite for war goes down because everything's expensive. Even that's been taken care of. That's even been taken care of, and I'll show you guys more proof of that. But also, Armin, did you hear that Pakistan started attacking Afghanistan again?
No.
So there's more airstrikes by the Pakistani Air Force against the Taliban. The Taliban don't have an air force, so they're just getting obliterated left, right, and center. And there's more and more airstrikes. And it turns out with a high likelihood, and I've been trying to confirm this since last night when I thought about this, that the terrorists that they're blowing up in Afghanistan are not actually Taliban. They're Fatimiyun. And I'm trying to confirm this because a lot of people are speculating, but I want hard evidence that these guys are Fatimiyun.
Who's Fatimiyun? The people Pakistan is attacking?
So yeah, the people of Pakistan are attacking in Afghanistan.
Why would Pakistan be worried about Fatimiyun?
I don't know. That's the thing. Fatimiyun is a proxy of the Islamic Republic. Why are they hitting?
I know, but Pakistan is more worried about Taliban terrorists right now, so they wouldn't Pakistan doesn't want it. So I don't know. I would be surprised if that's the case, because Pakistan is not interested in starting a fight with the Islamic Republic. at
They're
all.
not.
They're having their own problems with these Durka jihadis. Like, it's interesting. They support these terrorist groups, and now, guys, every time people support terrorist groups, they end up regretting it at some point. I don't know why they keep doing it, but anyways, they probably are attacking uh, um, Pakistan Taliban in Afghanistan. So we have Afghanistan Taliban and we have Pakistan Taliban, which takes refuge in Afghanistan every time they were trying to hide from Pakistan government, and they go into Afghanistan and bomb them. So that might be. I think Pakistan is attacking Pakistan Taliban.
Could be that. Could be that. Yeah. So I need hard evidence that these are fought immune terrorists being blown up, but otherwise, you're completely right. So
yeah,
because
because Pakistan does not want to start a fight with the Islamic Republic. They have too many problems, and attacking their proxies over there will stir a whole bunch of shit up that Pakistan is not ready for.
Completely right. So the proxies are being dismantled at a visible pace of the Islamic Republic. They're being dismantled. Lebanon is about to fall to the Lebanese military and the IDF. I think already 20% of Lebanon's land is already used as a buffer zone by the IDF. The southern headquarters of Hezbollah is gone. Lebanese military is now deploying. The U.S. military might be joining them in Lebanon. Iraq, we're seeing what's happening there. So it's not looking too good for them on that front. The other negatives, the Islamic Republic, they can't build any more ballistic missiles.
Aren't they not getting missile components from China through land routes?
They are. They're getting dual purpose. Yeah, they're getting dual purpose components. But most of the missiles that they're getting now is because they've dug out the bunkers that were closed, and they're bringing the missiles from there out and hiding them in other spots. But they can't. This is it. Everything that they can use. If we close the bunkers again, we go back to square one. So the proxies. My mind's blanking. I don't know why it's blanking. There's so many negatives here.
Here, I'll tell you. The internal division, Ghalibaf moving against the IRGC, coming out and stating it publicly that we need to take the economy away from IRGC, hinting at that. The first mention of the move to completely remove the IRGC from the Islamic Republic being uttered by one of the highest level analysts with ties to the intelligence units within the Islamic Republic, normalizing even talking about that, right? Ali Khamenei's funeral coming up in just a few days, in 4 days, and possibly that happening without Mujtaba showing up, which will become a huge, devastating blow to the legitimacy of the Islamic Republic, and it will cast a lot of doubts regarding whether he's alive or not, or whether a coup d'etat has already happened within the Islamic Republic, right? So we basically have a few assembly. Oh yeah, the Assembly of Experts coming out, and in the internal division within the Assembly of Experts itself. Yeah. So within Iran, we have internal divisions. In Iraq, the Islamic Republic is losing. In Lebanon, it's losing. The Strait of Hormuz not having much of an impact on global economy, not being a leverage that the Islamic Republic thought it was. It doesn't have that deterrence capability. It was hoping that if it closes the Strait of Hormuz, oil prices would immediately jump to $200 per barrel. It never did that. It's still a headache for the Americans, but only for the midterms. It's not enough it's not enough headache for the Americans for them to avoid going to war once the midterms are over. So the U.S. economy proved to be a lot more resilient than the Islamic Republic was hoping for. So yeah, all of that.
Yeah, and on the Strait of Hormuz card, I mean, the price of oil is pretty much stable right now between 72 and 75 for the past week. Even with the strikes and the ships being hit day in, day out, it is in between 72 and 75.
Yeah. So, guys, we had a whole bunch of military operations in the Strait of Hormuz. 2 commercial ships were attacked. Qaish Island and Sirik Island were bombed multiple times. Bahrain and Kuwait were bombed multiple times during the weekend, and everybody was waiting to see what the effect on that is going to be on price of oil. And before the weekend, the price of oil was at 72. And after all of that military operation, on Monday, when the markets were opened, the price of oil, crude oil, went all the way up from 72 to 73, which is crazy. That much tension. The Islamic Republic came out, we're closing it, ships were being attacked, and $1.
$1.
That's how much power you have over the global economy. $1. It's a very impressive what the Americans, guys. I don't know if enough Americans in the chat, do you understand what your Navy has managed to do in the Strait of Hormuz, moving ships without insurance, guarding them, providing security services to commercial ships of other countries to stabilize global economy? Do you understand that the rest of the world should come to you and be like, thank you? Do you know that you didn't have to do that? Did you know that your Navy went and became the bodyguard of commercial ships with flags of all other nations that was not the American flag? And they just walked them through, didn't walk, but just basically guard them through the Strait of Hormuz, provide them security services, that even with the Islamic Republic shooting drones at them, the price of oil per barrel is basically, this is like normal, kind of like even close to pre-war levels. It's pretty fucking impressive.
Yeah. And the price of gas has stayed a little bit high, but President Trump has come out on Truth Social and for the past week twice called out gas companies, and specifically by name, like Shell, Chevron, and blamed them for the price of gas at gas stations being high. Also, the United States is acting well into the Persian Gulf at this point. So, guys, these are 4 KC-135 Strata tankers that the United States Air Force uses. These are massive refueling tankers and cargo ships and whatever you want them to be, really. They're well into the Persian Gulf, and they've been acting like this. So on that right side, you can kind of see those ships are straight up in the middle of the Persian Gulf. They're not very far off from the coast of the Islamic Republic. Again and again, over the past month, the United States military has been inching closer and closer to the coast of the Islamic Republic. And they are currently just flying their ships wherever they want all over the Persian Gulf. Again, there is nothing that the Islamic Republic can do about it. They have no radar left in the region. They have no anti-air defense that we know of other than Dushka guns. So it's not looking too good for them military-wise down there. And that is also why ships might be escorted throughout the night. I mean, you can. It's not like the Islamic Republic can see it.
It's just so strange to me that like the insurance cost must be through the roof for these commercial ships. Like, how are they going through the Strait of Hormuz like that?
It is. So insurance companies, I checked for ships traveling through the Arabian Sea and the Strait of Hormuz, got a whole level, like a whole threat level risen. So their insurance costs, I don't know what the quote is on that, but we're talking about probably, I don't know, hundreds of millions, billions, something like that. All right, so here's what we have coming up. We're going to read the super chats real quick, but after that, what we have is, guys, Ghalibaf is the face of the Islamic Republic. He came out with an interview today, a quite lengthy one, but something strange. He said a lot of interesting things, but something strange happened. The interview was cut all of a sudden. All of a sudden, it was cut. It was being aired. They cut it and they said, we'll give you the rest tomorrow. That was their official excuse. So we'll go through that. What could he have possibly said? Israel Katz and Bibi Netanyahu have been talking more and more about Operation White and Blue, where Israel might be acting completely independent of the United States and attacking the Islamic Republic. We're going to be talking about how multiple figures in the Islamic Republic are talking about getting revenge on Trump and assassinating him. Even newspapers have come out putting crosshairs over the face of Donald Trump. Pezeshkian has come out and said that the supreme leader was completely behind everything that's happened so far, even though, he might say otherwise, which, whoa, okay. And what the diaspora outside of Iran can do to support the Iranian people, this will be your week to shine. Hamas, their political spokesperson, said something very interesting about Mojtaba Khamenei, which he shouldn't have said, and the Kurdish separatists who are still fighting in Iran. We have an update for that. So all of that, plus the funeral preparations for Ali Khamenei, we got those all coming out, along with Ejei. There's news about Ejei in the Islamic Republic. He's the judiciary head who is in charge of all the death sentences that have been happening over the past God knows how long. So yeah, let's read the super chats. So we have Joanne, who became a YouTube member. Thank you very much for joining. Appreciate you. Okay. And BT says about the USS Boxer, if we're arriving for the 4th of July fireworks. That's some, oh yeah. I mean, it would be glorious. It would be glorious. Just for you, BT.
Ooh, wouldn't it be great if if Iran, the Islamic Republic, fell on 4th of July? That would be glorious.
Yeah, we could share an Independence Day.
Yes.
Thank you, BT. And Shauna says, Armin, does this change your thoughts about the suit strategy with the Inside Man?
Well, if it does, if the USS Boxer arrives in the area, it would actually improve the position of Ghalibaf, right? Because Ghalibaf has to be worried about how he can maintain his position when the rest of the Islamic Republic is not worried about the reaction of Americans. If the Americans leave, his use case will, be not be there anymore, and then people could start stabbing him from all sides, all the people that he's holding back. So a heavier military presence of Americans in the region will strengthen Ghalibaf's position right now within the Islamic Republic. Is that how you see it, Ali?
That's pretty much how I see it. He's kind of at the mercy of the Islamic Republic, at the United States. He said something in his interview today, Armin. He said, it is to our benefit to keep the Strait of Hormuz open so ships can flow. That sounds a lot like what President Donald Trump's been saying for a long time, Ghalibaf. Which side are you really on? It's so strange of you to say that.
Yeah. Very suspicious. Very Zionist of you. Let's get this. We say that because we're trying to encourage the division within the Islamic Republic.
Yeah.
Oh.
And guys, Armin's going to make some memes about to fuel more division within the Islamic Republic. So Fleshy said, wasted super chat, no target. I did put a target actually right after he said that, and the description of the target is, sorry, Fleshy interloper.
Oh,
he always reminds me. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes, do that. Okay, wasted. Oh no, no.
It's not wasted, but thank you, Fleshy.
Thank you, though. No.
Fleshy's a huge supporter. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. And
thank you.
Takax Janos said, at top speed, Boxer can be at Bandar Abbas in 3.2 days. Yeah, they can. But here's the thing. The USS Abraham Lincoln, we said the same thing about it previously, and the Gerald Ford and all of them. They do like to take their time. They don't like to have their capabilities be shown because Chinese satellites are watching them almost 24/7 at this point. So but also it uses a lot more fuel, and there's a rush, but there's no real rush right now. They can start whenever they want.
Just the mere, like, guys, even without even arriving, just the mere fact that it's moving in this direction is already intimidating enough. Okay, the USS Boxer is intimidating even, but if it just looks in your direction, that by itself is intimidating.
Yep. Thanks, Janos. And General Patton says the Marines are the only ground force the president can use for ground operations without congressional approval. Something to think about. Ooh.
Is that right?
It's almost like the Marines were created for that.
Wait, is that right?
Absolutely true. Yes, he is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, and the Marines have some special rights there. But it's to an extent. It's not like he can do whatever he wants, but yeah.
Wait, hold on. Let me double check. Let me double check before you go. Under Article 2 of the U.S. Constitution and the War Powers Resolution, which is the president. Okay, this is wrong. The president and the commander-in-chief has the authority to deploy any branch of the U.S. military, including the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Space Force, into us. So it's not. It says it's not just the Marines.
For
it's
ground
also
operations.
Yep. Okay. I think the U.S. Constitution allows the president to do this with every part of the military.
Even better. Let's bring them all in. Let's bring everyone in. That's what I would do.
Okay, interesting.
Thank you, General Patton. And we have Amir saying maybe the price to bribe Allah always was corn, wheat, and soybeans.
And hay. No, and hay. And hay. Don't forget the hay.
I mean, that would make sense because no one's tried that until now.
Yes.
You know, when Donald Trump is saying praise to Allah and all of that, maybe he's really read up on his Quran and stuff. Maybe he knows what he's talking about.
Maybe.
Thanks, Amir. Appreciate you. And Fleshy says, you forgot Ghalibaf selling everyone out. I think it's so crazy that he said this. It benefits the Islamic Republic to have ships flow through the Strait of Hormuz. Because, guys, it's the exact opposite. If ships are stuck in the Persian Gulf and they can't get out, price of oil is high, the Islamic Republic has leverage. Everyone gets tired of fighting this war. The ships leaving, the Islamic Republic is watching their leverage leave with their own eyes, especially if they don't charge tolls and make money from it, which they're not.
I mean, don't forget, Ghalibaf recently came out and said that we need to take the economy from, he's used code words. We need to take the things, everything from the launcher boys so that we could grow their economy. Basically, publicly saying that the era of the IRGC needs to be over. That's what he was saying.
Yeah, and then a week later, we hear people saying, "Oh yeah, I'm really well connected, and we should dissolve the IRGC." We're talking about it. We're talking about it at the highest level. I'm like, okay, all right, whatever you say. I mean, the mere fact that you're even saying that on the Islamic Republic state media is
crazy.
Thank you, Fleshy. We have Sherry, who says, been sick and having surgeries. I hope you feel better.
Oh, no.
Here as much as I can be. Love to you all.
Oh,
well,
Sherry.
Just sit back, relax, and for 2 hours of your day, we're here.
Thank you, Sherry.
We'll distract you.
Yes. Hopefully everything is going well. Hopefully the surgery is successful and you're recovering fast.
Yep. Hope everything goes well. Thank you. And Janos says, let's hope Trump makes the 4th of July fireworks so big that even the third feather of Seymour will catch fire.
Wow.
Oh, here's someone who knows their stuff.
Wow. That is beautiful and so poetic, and also very well informed. Oh my! I'm gonna screenshot that. That is beautiful. Nicely done. Holy shit! That is beautiful.
The feathers of Seymour are the feathers of Seymour burn or are consumed, used, whatever, when Iran is facing an existential crisis. Like when you need Seymour, our mythology, our bird of mythology and Persian mythology, to come and save the Iranian people, you use the feather.
Yeah, so there were three feathers in ancient mythology of Iran. There were three feathers of this bird called Seymour, which is kind of like a phoenix, and you burn it when Iran is in a terrible situation and Iran needs to be saved, right? So within the legends, Iranian ancient legends, two of the three feathers have been burned. In Shahnameh, which is a reflection of ancient Iranian legends, and the one is still remaining. And so this is beautiful. So the fireworks of 4th of July will burn the third Seymour feather so that help will arrive and save Iran. Beautiful.
Thanks, Janos. It's a really nice message. Are you Iranian or are you Greek? Well, anyway, and Fleshy says, hands off the strait. Yeah, and don't touch our boats. Don't touch our damn boats. The world knows what happens when America's boats are attacked.
Yeah.
And thanks, Fleshy.
Ooh.
And Lior says, congrats on 2,000 subscribers. Well deserved. Well, thank you for sending a super chat for that. It's very kind of you.
Yes.
Yeah, guys, I hit 2,000 today. Woo!
2,000. Thank you, Leo, for reminding everybody. Look at that.
Yes, thank you.
Ali reached 2,000 subscribers on his channel, and I will put the link to his channel so you guys could go subscribe to Ali's channel. Link is in the chat.
Oh yeah, on our way to 1 million. We're 2% of the way there. Actually, no, 0.0002%. Yep. We're almost there. And Janos said I'm Hungarian. Okay, cool. Cool. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to insult you. Thanks, Leo. You're so kind. And Fleshy Interloper says, have they made that? Where is the money? The 4 billion from oil and the 3 billion from the frozen assets being released from Qatar. Have they made it? I mean, it depends what you put on your tax form, but the United States is supposedly going to get it anyway to give them beans and hay. So we'll see if that happens. That's what's supposed to happen. Everyone's saying that's what's supposed to happen. Why I freaked out last week and I got pretty upset is because there was no written thing about that. But the words being spoken from Scott Bessent are that that is going to happen. I do trust him, so I'm waiting to see, is he going to act out on it or is he not? Yeah, Fleshy's sharp on that one. Then we have this guy. This guy says, whose username is the IDF Kills Children. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful, praise be to Allah, the IRGC will stop the Greater Israel Project and the PDF file Epstein regime. I have a meme about this.
I mean, not if they're all as retarded as you, because you just gifted 5 memberships to the people in my chat. Why did you do that? So first you give us a super chat funding a Zionist channel, which I mean, it's retarded, but I get it. You're so desperate to put out your message out there. But then you also give 5 memberships here and then another 1 membership here, and then you gifted another 5. So you're either a troll or retarded. So I don't think that Allah will be able to do fuck all if all of his followers are as retarded as you, being against Jews as a whole and funding a Zionist channel.
Do you guys remember that? I had that meme ready. I don't know where I put it though.
It's okay. You could bring it later.
Yeah, I'll bring it later. Oh well. Do you mind reading
guys,
a couple?
so 11 of you are now members because this fucking racist Jew-hating motherfucker just gifted again. I kid you not, 5 memberships over here. 1 member. He must be a troll. Like, can people be that retarded? 1 membership over here, and then 5 other memberships over here, funding, being this much against Israel, and funding a proudly Zionist channel, buying people memberships gift here. What the fuck are you doing? Like, what? What's your problem? Why are you gifting money to a channel that is spreading Zionism and proudly? Is Allah retarded as you guys, or is it just his followers?
I think I found it.
Oh, okay.
This is every time that we get stuff like this, guys. This is exactly what I have prepared.
Oh yeah.
So if this guy, remember guys, this guy might be Jew hater. We don't know if it's his alt account. Remember, the other one might have gotten banned. But this is all I think. Every time people are like this, it's just yelling out loud, and then it's us being like, "Okay,
that's a
going
good
back
one.
to what we're doing."
That's a good one. Nice, like it.
And Fleshy also said the Islamic Republic are in Doha asking for their allowance. Yeah.
Oh.
I wonder how much money is actually frozen by Qatar alone.
That's a good one. That's a good one, Fleshy. That's a good one. Love it.
Fleshy's got the jokes.
Yeah.
I wonder how much money they have. Man. I hate Qatar.
24 billion in frozen assets. 24. So they're releasing 3 right now. 3 out of the 24. As if it's true, if it goes through, if they go through.
Also, Armin, crazy. You have 153 viewers on Secular Jihadist.
Oh, hi, Secular Jihadist people.
Yeah, if you guys are watching on that channel, please drop a subscribe to Liberty Politics and Ali Samani. Those are our channels. Please make sure.
We're going to have to come up with a new name for the Secular Jihadist channel soon to make it Liberty Politics related. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Liberty
Absolutely.
Something. Yeah.
And here's the link to my channel in the chat. Can you also put the link for your channel, please?
Oh. I mean, okay. It's fine. Just go to Ali's channel. Okay.
And
you could also watch it on Secular Jihadist. That's a good place to be as well.
Yeah. Thanks, Fleshy. And Effie says, great job again. Thank you. It's nice. It's nice hearing that. Yeah, you hear that in server?
Yes.
Thank you, Effie.
What is it? Is in server upset today? He's always upset.
I mean, I wouldn't say he's upset. I would just say he's being normal.
Okay.
And BT, who said CENTCOM had to post it because Addie spilled the beans. Okay, see, BT knows exactly how to make me feel embarrassed, and this is her way of making me feel embarrassed. So, thanks, BT. You got me with that one. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah, okay.
Then we have this guy again. Google something. It's okay. I'm not going to read that, but
So no, wait. Let me just say, he's basically saying that you could see some PDF file stuff in Judaism. Your prophet literally raped a child. What the fuck are you talking about? Your prophet, first of all, she wasn't 3. You're fucking lying. But even if she did, if she was, something about stones and glass houses. Have you heard that? Your Quran says that you could have sex with children before their period. Like, you have no fucking business talking about other people's religion and whether they have PDF file shit in them or not when you are a Muslim. Are you fucking kidding me? Every time a Muslim wants to criticize other religions for sex with children stuff, everybody is just going to remember that the person that you respect the most raped a fucking child.
barbaric. And Fleshy, who says traffic in Strait is about 40% open. Okay, so if the regular number of ships that pass through is between 150 to 200 ships a day when it was open, that's a good start. I'm a little surprised. I thought ships were, or do you mean like with the US escorting ships, or like in broad daylight 40% open? Because that's a huge number. It's like what, almost 50 ships, or it is about 50 ships. It's not bad. Yeah, fleshies are.
I just look at the prices. If the prices are low, that means enough ships are going through.
Yeah. Our chat, or not chat, our ship monitor.
Yeah, sorry, you got cut for a little bit. Go on.
Oh, he's our ship monitor.
Ship monitor, yes.
Oh, your favorite username.
Dumb motherfucker. Dumb motherfucker with the super chat. Thank you.
Armin and Adi, would you be able to break down the implications of Mojtaba not appearing at his father's funeral in the 4th? Yes, and before we do that, right before, let me show you what someone blabbed their mouth. Someone said something they weren't supposed to say. Let's go over here into Gaza, and someone here
in Gaza
said this. Yep, in Gaza. Here it is. This terrorist is the political spokesperson for Hamas. Let's see what he says.
ما وظیفه خود می‌دانیم که در مراسم خاکسپاری شهیدان سید علی و مجتبی خامنه‌ای شرکت کنیم.
What?
That's all I wanted to show you guys. So he's saying it in Arabic, and then the guy's translating it into Farsi. So let's take a listen to that again. Just the first 5 seconds.
What the fuck?
که در مراسم خاکسپاری شهیدان سید علی و مجتبی
he wasn't supposed to say that. Guys, he just said...
I don't know how we know, but go on.
I know. It's just a funny video. I mean, that guy's just, like, who is he? He's just a guy in Hamas, but he's saying, yes, we have a duty to participate in the funeral of Ali and Mojtaba Khamenei. The martyrs, Ali and Mojtaba. And
he said we have a duty to participate in the funeral of martyrs Ali and Mojtaba Khamenei. Okay.
I was like, oh, okay.
Say again.
Is that okay?
Okay.
So, as we explain that for you, here's what the stage looks like. Let me put the music
for the
off.
Funeral.
This is what they're doing for the funeral. Look,
wait, put the music on. I want to see.
I can't. We'll get copyrighted, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, I listened to it. It's just like a techno beat. But yeah, guys, they're building this massive structure, and then they're planning to put Khamenei's coffin box on this like huge elevated platform, like above everyone else, and then have like hundreds of thousands of people to just stand there and everything like that. Like, it's a big structure. But here's the thing:
people are going to try to climb it, no? Like a zombie apocalypse, like World War Z.
So here's the thing, guys. So we can get okay, so guys, the previous funerals for top figures in the Islamic Republic, like Khamenei or Soleimani, had some incidents. There were stampedes, people opening up Khomeiни's coffin, his body falls out, they're like trying to touch his dead body, just weird Islamic stuff. Okay, people like trampling over each other, killing each other to like get I don't know what's going to happen this time, especially when yesterday we saw that the mentally insane are going to be given weapons to provide security. Here, guys, what could possibly go wrong in 4 days? I have no idea.
So why don't we show the people what happened? So guys, this is the second supreme leader dead. Okay, should we show people the funeral of the first supreme leader who died in 1989? You guys want to see?
Yes.
Just really quickly, just a few minutes, okay? Just a few minutes. Just so you understand what went wrong the first time.
And what to expect.
Well, it's not going to be this crazy, I think. I don't know. We'll see.
In June 1989,
Unmute.
In June 1989, something incredible and extremely memorable happened in Iran. But it barely made news headlines in the West because it happened on the same day as the Tiananmen Square massacre in Beijing. But once you see this event, you're never going to forget it. On the 6th of June 1989, a helicopter was approaching the Paradise of Zahra cemetery in the southern suburbs of the Iranian capital, Tehran. On board was the body of the supreme leader of Iran.
To Iranian people, this day is a day of great sadness. We have lost a great leader, and we are all mourning for such a great man.
An estimated 10 million Iranians in black funeral dress clamoured to catch a glimpse of the body of their supreme leader, Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini.
His supporters gathered like tiny insects covering every stretch of ground.
Look at that! Look at that crowd! Look at this! Look at this!
Khomeini.
Look at that crowd! Holy shit!
Supporters gathered like tiny insects covering
This is one of the largest gathering of humans anywhere on Earth.
every stretch of ground as far as the eye could see.
Several people were crushed to death in the hysterical crowd, which was standing outside in 40-degree heat. The helicopter seemed safer than going by road, but then it landed almost on top of the crowd.
The mob swamped the helicopter after touchdown.
Hysterical mourners pulled the coffin from the helicopter and began parading it around the site. The crowd was in a frenzy. The body fell out of the coffin.
In the melee, the body of the spiritual leader of Iran was mauled and appeared to drop to the ground.
The burial shroud he was wrapped in was torn off and came apart as mourners tried to grab bits of it for themselves. In the chaos, some people fell into the empty grave. Officials fired warning shots to get the crowd to move back. They stuffed the body back into the helicopter and announced that the burial was cancelled. The helicopter took off with people.
So this is what it looked like when the coffin broke apart and his body came out of the coffin. This is the casket. This is what it looked like. So let's go back to the video.
Hanging on to the bottom of it and trying to pull the supreme leader back out. As the helicopter flew away, the body was partially hanging out the door.
Many hours later, the helicopter returned. The funeral casket was enveloped by soldiers. But finally, Ayatollah Khomeini was found his resting place.
To stop people digging up the body, the guards used a crane to build a pyramid of shipping containers on top of the grave. Thousands kissed the containers. Some passed their children up to the guards so they could kiss the containers closer to the center of the pyramid. It was one of the largest.
Look at this. Okay, that's the only part. Like, I don't want to show it later, but I'm going to go back to you guys. But look at this.
Thousands.
They're like, here's my kid. Take him to the part of the ziggurats that you just built with these cranes.
So the containers. Some passed their children up to the guards.
They put these cranes so that they could protect the body, so that people don't come and rip the body apart. And people are kissing them. These containers. Sorry, not the. They're kissing the metal
crane to build a pyramid of shipping containers.
Oh yeah, they use cranes to build this whole thing, this ziggurat-looking thing
of the grave. Thousands kissed the containers. Some passed their
they start kissing the containers, and this kid, the parents were like, "Oh, get my kid so he could get closer to the middle of this thing that you built with these containers." So he could kiss a container that is closer to the body of Ruhollah Khomeini.
Children up to the guards so they could kiss the containers closer to the center of the pyramid.
And I put him back.
It was one of
that. That is fucking crazy. Oh my god! It keeps like I don't know. That was insane. Anyways, so just wanted to show you why Ali, when Ali is showing this, is to us. Hold on, this one. Is that they're trying to prevent something like that from happening the second time.
Yeah, they're going to put his body and then the body of his family, because remember, he wasn't the only one that got killed there. Right, like, so he'll be on the most elevated platform, like just a pillar, and the coffin's on the top. And then, like, a little bit lower down on more pillars will be his family members. And then today, one of the Ayatollahs, Imam Atarzadeh, came out and said, for the first time, we're announcing that we did preserve the body of our supreme leader, of our martyred Imam, in accordance with Sharia standards. Does a fridge count? I don't know. So whatever they did, there's something left, I think. Maybe like something. I don't know.
I know exactly the conditions of Ali Khamenei's body right now. And I have I think I'm almost certain of this. When you leave a food that you meant to eat later tomorrow in the fridge, in the back of the fridge, and then you forget about it and you put a whole bunch of things in the front, and then a few months later you're cleaning the fridge and you find it and it's all like mushy and gross, and you forgot that you even put it there, right? That is exactly right now the conditions of Ali Khamenei's body. Exactly that.
Oh, that's disgusting.
It's like a jelly-like condition, you know what I mean? Like you move it around, it go wobbly. It's not solid, but it's not liquid either. It's kind of like in between, something like that.
Yeah, we used to get frozen. We used to get cadavers, like people who were organ donors, and they would pass away. We would get like companies would buy it, and we'd get their organs, and we would like freeze it so we could experiment and use it later, and then we would have to unfreeze it. The unfreezing is a tricky thing. I'm just gonna put it there. Like things can go wrong, with that process. So yeah. Yeah, that was frankly disgusting.
Okay.
But so we should answer his question. So Mujtaba not being there.
Ooh, okay, yeah, great question. So what are the what break down the implications of Mujtaba not appearing at his father's funeral in July 4th?
He doesn't exist.
It's going to be so
that's his
yes,
implication.
there's 5 types of reactions from the regime supporters that I've counted. If I'm missing anything, let me know, okay? So here are the 5 reactions by the regime supporters to Mujtaba not being present at the funeral. Only 1 out of 4 out of 5 works in favor of the Islamic Republic. The other 4 is bad. 1 out of 5 will cope and come up with their version of justification for why this is okay, right? There's going to be a group of people who are going to say he's fucking dead, he's dead. They're not. We don't have a supreme leader, which means that they will lose all faith in the regime because there's no supreme leader and everybody's lying about it. There's a third group of people who are going to be like, he's alive. They hold him. They're holding him hostage, and we need to rise up against the regime and go save our supreme leader because Ghalibaf is doing a coup, and he's holding our supreme leader hostage. So that's 3. 4th type of people are going to be the people who don't know what's happening, and they know that the regime is not being transparent about what's happening, and now they're going to be a lot more skeptical about whatever the regime tells them. That's 4. The 5th reaction is the regime, the supreme leader, people who turn against the supreme leader himself, considering him weak and unworthy of being a supreme leader, and has been chosen to be the supreme leader by mistake. These are the 5 reactions that I think that I can think of from the regime supporters in reaction to the supreme leader not showing up. And other than the coping one, the other 4 is going to reduce the legitimacy of the Islamic Republic even below what it is right now. And I would say that the support for the regime is already below 1%. Guys, I used to say below 5%. I am almost confident right now that as things are, there is support for the regime is below 1%. And if Mujtaba Khamenei doesn't show up on July 4th, it will be even lower than what it is right now. So many people are going to give up on the regime, and they think that the Islamic Republic has been taken over by Zionists and imperialists, and this is fucking over. They lost. So many people are going to think that.
Which is, I mean, and the regime knows that. Thinking about it, they know that they're losing support for the regime that currently exists. So I think they're going to try and rebrand themselves. And that's what Ghalibaf's trying to do. That's why we heard about them trying to dissolve the IRGC, maybe call it something else, break it up into different fragments. Maybe that's their strategy. So yeah, that's what would happen. Well said. That's exactly what happened. And EHEF says the U.S. military is like camp counselor Kevin. He's always watching, and like it or not, he'll touch you in some way. Oh, didn't expect the last part. Okay. Like it or not, huh?
Touch you where? Okay. Hey, this is my safety square. Don't touch me.
Interesting, EHEF. That's an experience. Thank you. And Jeff Lee says socialists tend to be jealous of the United States of America. Is that true?
Yes. Well, a lot of, I mean, socialism and Marxism requires a lot of jealousy for anything that is successful. So it's not just the United States. It's basically a huge part of Marxism. Anything that is connected to Marxism is motivated by jealousy for people who are successful. So United States is a subcategory of things that are successful. So yes, because United States is powerful and successful, you know, they kind of express it as being against power, and they kind of try to equate power with evil. Being powerful means that you're evil, right? But it's basically motivated by people who haven't found success, being jealous of people and societies and groups of people who have found success, and therefore they're powerful. So socialists tend to be jealous of not just the United States, but everything that is prosperous and successful and powerful. And that's why it's kind of lame to express their hatred for power with jealousy. So they come up with their own entire philosophy to kind of express their hatred because of jealousy, to make it seem like it's academic and it's based on caring for the poor or equality and stuff like that. But it's basically mostly motivated by jealousy for successful people.
Interesting. I didn't know that. Sweet. Thank you. There you go, Jeff Lee. You're right. And Rooster says, hello, I've been gone for a while preparing for the 4th of July at my job. So can I get a summary of what's been happening this past week? Yeah, you, so I feel bad for you, Rooster, because you left and stopped watching when we were at a very low point. We were all feeling kind of depressed. And then this week, we've actually been feeling quite the opposite. Everything's kind of coming together and we're seeing what's happening, what direction we're heading potentially. So here's what's been happening. We had Bahrain and Kuwait get hammered as per usual. We had a huge coup in Iraq. The prime minister has come out. He's arresting hundreds of corrupt politicians, a lot of them linked to the IRGC and the Islamic Republic. He's getting everyone. He's going after, wow, like literally everyone. And it's been happening every night. So for the past, I think it's about like 3 or 4 nights now, arresting, getting everyone, confiscating their money, seeing where that's going to. A lot more gas leaks around Iran. So Mossad and the Immortal Guard have been active. There's assassinations of admirals in the Islamic Republic, stuff like that. The Islamic Republic regime supporters are getting really agitated. They're like, what the hell is this? We're losing everything. We're losing, Lebanon. We're losing the Strait. Is Ghalibaf really on our side? Is Pezeshkian on our side? Is fighting each other, pointing fingers. The IDF has they've done most of the heavy work so far in destroying Hezbollah. It looks like they're just finishing them off at this point, roughly. Israel's ready to strike the Islamic Republic without the U.S. forces. They've labeled their new operation already. They said they picked out their targets. They know what to hit, when to hit, and everything like that. So Israel Katz, the defense minister, has come out and said that. We're ready. The Kurds have invaded Iran. So hundreds of Kurdish fighters, and apparently now multiple groups of Kurdish separatists are involved. And there are IRGC casualties. They're being underreported. Kurdish fighters have also gotten casualties. So this is great. Both sides are being weakened, which is perfect for the Iranian people because we hate both of them. And then... yes, Khamenei's funeral is coming up in 4 days, and they are recruiting the mentally insane, like grade 3 mentally insane. Brother has schizophrenia and has shot someone. They're giving him a gun and telling him to provide security. And they built this huge structure. They're trying to prevent past mishaps from happening. And people are coming out on the Islamic Republic state media saying, yeah, we're talking about dissolving the IRGC at the highest level here in the government in Iran. The Assembly of Experts got duped. They're coming out. There's a whole lot of division happening, and Ghalibaf's trying to keep everything together, but it's getting harder and harder every day. Other than that, the United States military is probably going to help out in Lebanon directly. They are bringing in the US Boxer. The US Boxer is off the coast of India. It's approaching Iran, which is a huge indicator. That's 2,000 Marines, elite fighting force. They could deploy into the southern coast of Iran potentially. And other than that, I'm trying to think. That's about it, right? Did I miss anything?
There's a whole bunch of videos from the internal politics of Iran, but if I want to go through that, we're going to be here. But that was a pretty good summary. Yeah,
that's what's been happening. So it's mostly good news. The bad news is that the Islamic Republic sold $4 billion worth of oil, and it's getting $3 billion more from Qatar. But supposedly that money is going to American farmers. So
We'll see.
That's what
Hopefully.
everyone's been watching to see if it's happening or not. So yeah, you missed a lot of good stuff.
Also we had a golden bikini G-string as well that came out recently. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, some corrupt Iraqi officials. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a weird. We were not expecting that. So yes, United States basically helped make sure Iraq doesn't get a shitty prime minister. Nouri al-Maliki and Ali al-Zaidi became the prime minister a few months ago, and because of that, there has been Ali just since two nights ago. Ali al-Zaidi has been going out around and arresting many politicians within Iraq that are loyal to the Islamic Republic and are proxies of the Islamic Republic, going to their offices and basically finding a shit ton of money that they receive from the Islamic Republic. And here, let me show this. Just a quick summary. Let me actually zoom in this picture. And basically all of this going into the office, basically these are USD, all in cash. And then we have this one over here. So many different offices, all have like of different politicians within the Iraq that are you could see based on the frames that they have in their office, they're more loyal to the Islamic Republic than they are to Iraq, and finding a shit ton of money in their offices from the Islamic Republic, like a lot. But also for some, so there's a lot of Rolexes, USD, gold, Iraqi dinar, but also this golden bikini for some reason, which belongs to this woman. So Ali, at what point during covering the news in the Middle East and geopolitics of the Islamic Republic, Iraq, Lebanon, Israel, Syria, did you think that we're going to be discussing a golden bikini being used to fund Shia jihadi terrorism by the Islamic Republic in the Middle East?
Zero. Wouldn't have crossed my mind ever.
Wouldn't cross your mind. Okay.
Never would have crossed my
mind.
mind.
Yeah, that happened. Yes.
Yeah.
By the way, this would not fit her for sure.
Yeah, she's a little bloated.
Yes, a little bit. Okay.
Oh, and then another key thing, Prince Reza Pahlavi and his team are talking more openly about arming the Iranian people with modern tactics and weapons. So it seems like that's another direction that we're going. And yeah. Okay. Yeah, good question. That was a good summary. Welcome back, Rooster. And Sarah Ocean saying, thank you, Al-Zaidi, IDF, U.S. military, and CIA, Central Intelligence allies/Armin. I get it. CIA. That's funny. Maybe that's what we should do. CIAA.
CIAA.
Here's to much. Yeah.
Yes.
Here's to much desired peace for the entire region finally. Javid Shah. Javid Shah.
Javid Shah.
CIA2, CIAA. It's a good one.
CIAA. Yeah, I like that.
Thank you, Sarah. And Salmo bigger than you, says, should drop a huge bomb on that gathering. Oh, man. Come on. The Geneva suggestion and all that. But yeah, that would be, what a shame. What a shame that would be when all the top figures of the Islamic Republic have to pay their respects in one place. But hey, don't worry. They'll check and see where they came from and where they went. And, I mean, this is going to be activity. There's going to be some activity. The Immortal Guard, the Mossad, who knows? So BT, with the super chat, thank you, says Lady Liberty has a date with Iranians. Yeah, I've been waiting for that for like ever since I've been born.
That's a beautiful way to say it. Oh,
The date of my life.
that's beautiful. Yes.
Thanks, BT.
Oh, that's cute. That's sweet.
And Nail Bunny,
Oh!
gifted 10 Liberty Politics memberships. Thank you,
Mrs. Claus. Mrs. Claus.
Mrs. Claus.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you very much. And BT, who also said, Marines were also created for Muslim pirates, no? I know they fought them. I don't know that's why they were created. Is that true?
I don't know. I could
They
check
did.
it
They
out.
fought the barbars. The barbars.
Barbars.
I think barbar in Arabic, or no, not in Arabic. Like, well, I don't know. Is it Latin? In some language, it's like bearded people.
No, barber is the voice. I think the Romans understanding of what the people in Africa sounded like when they were talking is bar. So then eventually they ended up calling the uncivilized people Berbers because of how their language sounded to the Romans. I think that, if I remember correctly. So the Marines were created in 1775 to fight the British, not the Berber. But however, as asked in, they were deployed against the Berberi Muslim pirates in North Africa. But originally they were created to fight the British.
Interesting. Thanks, BT. And then Che from Ardam says, Mojtaba loves some hot butter on his corn. Thank you for that message. It's great. Yeah, if he's got any of that left, you might be right.
That's more disgusting than what my fridge comment.
I don't know about that. Maybe. And General Patton saying, if the Marines land on the coast, how will the majority of Iranian civilians react? Hopefully, they will be treated as liberators. Yeah, they will, but don't think that all of them will think that. There is going to be a portion who are like, oh my God, this is America finally coming to reduce Iran to dust and rubble and kill us all. And then the regime supporters are also going to be like, oh my God, the Americans, we must fight, jihad, this and that. So
I would say the vast majority of the Iranians will be fucking finally.
Yes. In all corners of the country, there will be celebration. And especially afterwards, like, I was thinking that CENTCOM might as well just move its headquarters to Iran and establish bases in eastern Iran. And that way you have a perfect front against not only China, but like, you know, all the buffer mountains you have in between. Like, it's a perfect area. Plus all the natural resources, like the minerals, rare earths in Afghanistan, Iran, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan. It's a perfect spot to be, really.
You know, just like Israel would be the perfect guard against all, you know, everything in that area, you know, Syria, Lebanon, anything that could happen in Iraq. Then Iran could expand that, you know, American allied protection guard all the way to the borders of Pakistan and Afghanistan. You know, keep pushing east. Israel has that, you know, you have your main ally, Israel. Now you have another main ally, Iran. Keep getting closer to China and push back against their influence in that region.
Exactly. Oh. Yeah, so here's what I'm thinking. Like, you just put a base right here, like somewhere in eastern Iran, and then boom. This entire area is, you know, covered. Then you have Indo-Pacific comm here. So yeah, you've got Alaska here. Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
It would be a great way to start surrounding China.
Yeah,
from all sides. So yeah,
Great way.
we're gonna have to be. You have to get closer, work militarily closer with the Philippines, South Korea, and Japan to surround China from the east. Maybe also start working with Vietnam. Vietnam is not very militarily, working, that much in cooperation with the United States yet, but Philippines, Japan, and South Korea are, and and also Taiwan. We could, why that's kind of difficult, but yeah. So we have them from the east, then we also get them from the west. Keep pushing, keep surrounding China.
Yeah, it'd be a great strategy. So there you go, General. And Fizz Engesis saying 2,000, well-deserved, Ali. Onward to 10K subs. Woo! Yeah, 20% of the way there. We did it.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah. Thank you all. Would not have been possible if you guys weren't showing up and giving me such like positive comments and everything. It's really motivation. Thank you.
Well deserved.
Yeah, and actually Fizz Engesis became a honorable member the other day. So thank you as well. I just want to say that. Red Backpack became a YouTube member. Welcome on board. Good to have you. As well as Arash Amiri is also a YouTube member. So welcome to you both.
Welcome.
Don B says, Armin, are you going to be doing any more Iranian Revolution live with Goldie in the afternoons?
Not anymore, but was very much in support of Goldie and everything she does, and she's love her and support all her work.
Yeah. Thanks, Don B.
Thank
and we
you.
have Cap saying, so glad I found this through Armin. Top tier insight. Ooh. Ooh, Armin, how does that make you feel?
That's really good. I think maybe she's saying, so glad she found you through me.
Yeah, that you. So
Yes.
guys, Armin was the one telling me. So I joined his group discussion on school.
Yeah.
And I would join and I'm like, oh my God, like, I think Armin is so smart. I think he gives such good insight. I'm going to go ask him my personal questions and discussions and all of that. And then he eventually started asking me for my opinion. And I would start giving, and he's like, wait, this Addy guy's kind of smart. Let's, you should make a YouTube channel. I was like, no. And then he kept saying it. I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe I should do it. And then he took the gamble, took the chance on going live with me. And here we are, like 2 months later. So it's going pretty well. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's going better than I even expected.
Yeah. It's going great. Thanks, Cap.
Thank you.
And BT said, has anyone in the Islamic world ever been jailed for pedophilia? They talk a lot of smack over one guy while advocating to lower the marriage age. They have with like reluctance, like it's not here in the West. It's kind of a little bit different.
So let me tell you how it is. Having sex with children is legal in Iran as long as you marry them. So for you do go to jail for having sex with children in Iran if you have not married them. And the crime that you have committed is not having sex with children, is having sex with somebody that you haven't married. So if in Iran, if you rape a 10-year-old, okay, that is not a crime if you're married to her. And if you're not married to her, it's a crime not because she's 10, but because you had sex with somebody that you weren't married to. It would have been the same crime if you had sex with her if she was 50, 40, or 30.
And it's been that way for 1400 years.
Right. There's this guy called Said Tusi. He had sex with, he's a Quran teacher. He's a favorite Quran, he was a favorite Quran teacher of Ali Khamenei. Okay. He teach Quran to little boys, and he also had sex with the same little boys that he was teaching Quran to. Okay. So for that, he got the death penalty, but then he got, what is it when somebody
Pardon.
forgives you? Yes. But he was even, so what he did was punishable by death within Islam, within the Islamic Republic. Okay, because he made two mistakes. First, he didn't marry the children that he had sex with. Two, they were boys. They're supposed to be girls, right? So that is punishable by death within the Islamic Republic. But this man right now is alive and free inside Iran. Because even under the Islamic Republic's own standards and rules, he was found guilty, but he was pardoned by Ali Khamenei. Guys, this is a known thing, and not even the pro-regime people deny that this happened. He was arrested, sentenced to death for crime of having sex with his students in his Quran classes, and then pardoned by Ali Khamenei, and he went completely free. Here's him and Ali Khamenei.
The Islamic Republic, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly.
And that guy continues to do that to this day, just a bit more down low.
Wait, also let me tell you this also, BT. The founder and the first supreme leader of the Islamic Republic, Ruhollah Khomeini, has this book, if I remember correctly, called Tahrir al-Wasileh. Okay, Ali knows what I'm going to talk about.
It's so disgusting.
And this is in his book, and to this day still gets published by the Islamic Republic with Islamic Republic stamp on the book inside Iran by the first supreme leader Khomeini. In that book, Khomeini explains that you don't have to wait for a girl to become 9 years old for you to have sex with her. You only have to wait until she's 9 for you to have intercourse with her. There are things that you could do before 9, and it gives people, Nailban is saying stop, so I'm not going to tell. He goes into details regarding what you could do sexually, which I'm not going to say here. But this is in his book, and he makes it very clear that you could go as young as, how old, guys, do you think? In Tahrir al-Wasileh, how young do you think he tells you that you could go?
He said, actually, I want to say it because I want people to say it.
Yes, this guy understands what I'm talking about. He allows mufakhazeh, which is, I think that's the name, which is called thawing. You could thigh them. You could use their.
We don't need to give the details to that, but yeah,
okay,
this is.
Yes, but yes, baby, newborn,
disgusting.
not 3 months, not 3 months, zero. He makes it clear that you could go for as young in his book. This is the person that the regime supporters believed in as the founder, as the leader of the revolution. Somebody with a book that's saying that you could go as old as 1 or 2 days old. Just make sure, and the justification is that because intercourse will damage them, so for intercourse you have to wait. But you could do other things. This is Ruhollah Khomeini's book, guys. YouTube, don't strike me. I'm not saying any of this. All of this is fucking evil. I'm just explaining to people what's in the book of Tahrir al-Wasileh of Ruhollah Khomeini, the founder and the first supreme leader of the Islamic Republic. That is in his book. I know I'm sorry, guys, that I said this and it's disgusting you, but this is vile, and more people need to know what the Islamic Republic stands for.
Yep.
Yeah, the people must know this, exactly.
And it's not just a one-off thing. The book is filled with stuff like that. Like, you can go do a goat, but as long as you don't sell the meat of the goat that you just to your village, it's fine. You can sell it to another village, it's fine.
If you do a goat, you have to make sure when you slaughter it, you have to sell its meat in a different village. Ali, it actually gets so much weirder than that. I don't know. I've heard a couple. I have some other things that can tell you that I don't know if you want me to get into.
No, it's not.
Let me just give you a taste. There are very detailed the instructions on how to wash your body if you use a severed penis to pleasure yourself, depending of the severed penis being from what type of an animal or a human. Depending on what kind of a severed penis it is that you're using to pleasure yourself, there are different ways that you should wash your body after.
So with that, Nail Bunny's gifted 1 Liberty Politics membership, and then another Liberty Politics membership. So thank you, Nail Bunny. That's a lot today.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And Jagatai said, USS Boxer approaching. Cue the Jaws music. The Jews music, you mean.
The Jews.
By the way, speaking of Jews, Israel Katz has confirmed the existence of the Jewish space lasers. I'm not even kidding. I'm actually not even kidding. He said that we do have we have laser capabilities from space, and that we should be the leading country in the world when it comes to laser warfare from space. Don't come for me. I'm just the messenger. Jewish space lasers are confirmed. But yes, Jagatai, that is going to be glorious. When it's there, oh my God, when it's finally there in the Arabian Sea off the coast of the Persian Gulf, I want to see what people say. It's going to be really interesting. General Patton saying, anyone else find it funny that on the July 4th, America will be celebrating and the Durkas will be crying? Oh, yeah. Good point. Because of the funeral.
Actually, that's a good point. Yeah. Having all of these regime supporters crying on 4th of July is very fitting.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, actually, right?
I find it funny. I'm gonna have a good time. In fact, we should all tune in. I'll gather all the clips from the ceremony, and we can look at them and laugh at them.
Yes.
Point and laugh. This the IDF Kills Children is gifting 5 Liberty Politics memberships. I think that's 10 now, with super chats. So I think this actually might be Jew Haters' other account. I don't know. I mean, they're doing the same behavior. Interesting.
It doesn't speak like him, though.
And Lazy Prodigy saying, why should I, as a Christian, support Israel, besides Jesus being a Jew, when rabbinic Jews hate and disrespect, also support Muslims theologically? So why should I, as a Christian, support Israel, like as a state, or Jews?
Why would it matter that, like, first of all, that's not even a good reason for supporting Israel, Jesus being Jewish. And also, rabbis in Israel believe in all sorts of different things. 2 rabbis have 5 different opinions. So talking about rabbinic Jews' opinions on Jesus and Christianity and Muslims so generally doesn't make any sense, because rabbis and rabbinic Jews are a diverse group of people with very diverse set of views. Just like in the United States, we have Christians with a diverse set of views. In Israel, we have secular, and also Israel is not just rabbinic Jews. Israel is a nation with a diverse group of people. Some of them are religious Jews, some of them are secular Jews, some of them are atheists, some of them are Muslim, some of them are Christian. So Israel is a diverse group of people with many diverse set of opinions, and your supporting Israel has nothing to do with Christianity, you being a Christian, and Israel being a majority Jewish country. It shouldn't be about Christianity or Judaism at all. It should be about the fact that Israel is the model ally of the United States. It should be about the fact that Israel as a country, regardless of being Jewish or not, and regardless of you being a Christian or not, which is irrelevant to this discussion, has fought against America's enemies and the world's enemies more than almost any other country on the planet. Israel's soldiers have killed more of America's enemies than even America's own soldiers, putting their soldiers and their civilians at risk of killing your enemies. Israel is the shield between your country and every country, honestly, even if you're not American. I don't know where you're from. Every country and the enemies of the world. Israel has reduced the world from its greatest evil more than any other country on the planet. And also Israel stands for the values and the methods and the ideals that makes the whole world a better place. You know, I don't know if you're American. If you are American, I mean, I think you are, because it says US dollars. Israel's goals and interests are more aligned with the United States than any other country on earth. And if you don't support Israel, then what is the message that you're sending to all the other countries? Israel has done more to be a good ally of the United States than any other country. So if as an American you're not supporting Israel, you are signaling to all the other countries that even if we go as far as Israel to being a proper ally of the United States, we still get mistreated. United States is a superpower through the relation that it has with other countries around the world, by using its military and economy and its culture and its politics to convince more countries to be an ally of the United States, and for the United States to then use that to be present globally and exerts its influence politically and militarily globally, bringing global stability and peace through its allies. So given how important it is for the United States to maintain a good relationship with its allies globally, you need to signal to the world that there's a benefit to be a U.S. ally. And if Israel, which is the model state for being a U.S. ally, is mistreated by the United States and it's not supported by the United States, the signal that you're sending to the whole world is that nothing is ever good enough for the United States. Even if you go as far as Israel, the United States will still betray you and treat you and mistreat you. Supporting Israel is showing to the whole world that if you act more like Israel, you will be rewarded. And Israel, by the way, Israel, you're like, here, why should I support Israel? Israel has supported the United States on a per capita basis more than the United States has supported Israel. So when you support Israel, you're just returning the favor. Also, Israel is a civilized country and is surrounded by a whole bunch of barbarians. So supporting Israel is supporting civilization.
Yeah, exactly. They're probably the only country in the Middle East that are aligned with your values, Lazy Prodigy. So we have some quick breaking news here. In Iraq, in Baghdad, at the moment, it is an active war zone. It looks like the terrorist militias are striking back. They have launched suicide drones, waves upon waves of terrorist fighters, apparently, and have shot down a US or Iraqi military UAV that's been circling around the US embassy. So that crashed near the US embassy. The streets are filled with gunfire, like massive amounts of gunfire. And yeah. the terrorists strike back at Al-Zaidi, trying to get rid of them. Interesting. Yeah, so that's
Wow.
continue to give you guys updates on that. And then Nima Fars has a super chat here. He said Ejei got removed. Close, not yet,
Close. Not
but he's
yet.
going to be. They're looking to replace him, guys. Ejei, do you have a picture of him that we could show people? Because I think people know his face more than his name. So yeah, this guy. So yeah, Nima's pointing out that this guy is getting, I guess, I mean, I don't even know if he has a term. He's been there for a while, but he's going to get replaced soon, basically. And they're saying that Mojtaba Khamenei wants that to happen. Ooh, interesting.
So yeah, the news is that Iran's Supreme Leader Mojtaba Khamenei plans to remove Judiciary Chief Ghulam Hossein Mohseni Ejei at the end of his first 5-year term and appoint a new figure to lead the judiciary, sources familiar with the matter told Iran International.
How long has he been there? It's been a while, right?
I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question. Close to 5 years, maybe 4 years.
Yeah, this guy is the guy who he wants to kill as many people as possible to deter the Iranian people from coming out again. This is the guy responsible for all of the executions being expedited and the false courts, the kangaroo courts, all of that. That's him. So he is hated, is an understatement. So yeah, thank you, Nima. And then, guys, the gunfire I was talking about is in Iraq. It's in Baghdad. There's massive fighting going on right now. Yeah.
Jesus.
Thanks, Nima. And Uncle Coping saying, rain pig poo on that gathering, like Khamenei's funeral.
You.
I think they should drop some other stuff.
No. Okay.
But of course not. That would be, yeah, that would be a lot. I mean, that'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, no.
But hey, if I was the Immortal Guard or if I was Mossad, I would be watching this ceremony very closely.
Targeted strikes, people. Targeted strikes upon, individuals.
Yeah.
Have to
And
pull
Rooster-
Ali back from the darkness. Like, no. Oh my god.
I wish I could freely speak.
No.
Anyway.
Like,
But
we
I
have
can't. I
higher
won't.
standards than these motherfuckers, okay? We have
We
higher
do.
standards. Yes.
And Rooster saying the U.S. Navy was created to fight the Muslim pirates, not the Marines. Oh, the Navy. The barbars in the Mediterranean. Interesting.
No, well, no. I just looked at it. It wasn't the case. It was first for the British, and then so the U.S. Navy was created to fight the British, and then they were also then used to fight the Muslim pirates.
Gotcha. And thanks, Rooster. And we have Nuala. This is where I come. This is where I come for my daily info fix. Thank you so much. Well, thank you for showing up. Yeah, you'll get all your Iran-related news to come here. Again, isn't it so interesting that just a week or two ago we were like, "Oh man, we don't like the direction at which things are heading," and then this week we're like, "We like the direction at which things are heading." Changes so fast.
Yeah. Next time things are looking bad, just remember that things will go back up again. Yeah, exactly. Whenever you're on your roller coaster on high days, remember that we used to be on a low day. So next time that you're on a low day, remember that we're going to go back to having high up days.
Yep. Thanks, Nola. It's very kind. And Kelly, let's get Addy to his goal. Love listening to both of you. Thank you. It's very kind of you. Yeah, I just want to make you guys well informed and show you that it's not all over. So thank you, Kelly.
Confetti.
And confetti. Thank you. Very kind. Thanks so much, Kelly. Thank you so much. And NA says, no IRL with Goldie is the end of an era. Why? I'm sure they're going to keep on. Yeah. I'm sure it's going to
We're
happen.
friends and we're supportive of each other's work. And yeah, all good.
Yeah.
Thank
We're all
you.
on the same side. Nothing bad has happened, guys. Nothing bad has happened. And Momo says, love your analysis, Ali and Armin. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Momo.
So kind.
Thank you. That's a cute picture.
Cute little baby. Very nice. And General Patton saying, free Iran will be in need of wood chippers of you know.
Oh my God.
I do? Well, I don't get it.
For chopping wood, I think. For chipping, for chipping or chopping. It's for wood. It's for wood. Yes, I'm sure we're gonna need that for wood chipping purposes for sure. Okay.
Yes.
So, don't give Ali ideas. He already is.
Oh wait,
he
let me
already
read
has
this again.
too many. He already has too many dark ideas. Don't encourage him.
Okay, I'll think about it.
No.
Thanks, General Patton. And we have Fleshy Interloper who says, I wasn't ready for that. Yes.
Yeah. Guys, was
everything
that? Let me know in
book.
No, guys, was that too much information? Did I went to? Let me know in the chat. Did you prefer me not sharing? I'm not gonna do it again. Okay. All right. Don't worry, Afaba. If that was too much information, let me know if it's too much information. But me describing what was in Tahrir al-Wasila, did you prefer if I didn't share that? I know it was disgusting, but yeah, too much. Don is saying too much. I just felt like it's important for people to know how vile this gets. But if it's too much, I'll try not to do that as often. So yeah, Don is saying yes, it was too much. Okay, sorry about that.
Well, we can summarize it without giving the details.
No, don't do it. But it's
not right now.
Yeah, I just said the details, but I'm not going to do it again. But I just think like sometimes people don't understand how vile this ideology gets.
Yeah. So next time we just tell people the general gist, and you guys already know it. So yeah. Poor Fleshy. And channel 0071 says, I mentioned on 2CTV sad Durka penguins crying. I think you made a comment about like Durka penguins before, but I didn't get it.
Oh, so you know how they're wearing shrouds? The pro-regime people who are against the MOU, they come out and wear shrouds. So they're wearing the black chadors and then they're wearing the white shrouds. So guys, the pro-regime people, they're wearing shrouds when they're protesting to threaten the regime if they keep going with the MOU, because they're saying we're ready to die. So that's why we're wearing white shrouds. So they have their black hijab and their black chador, and they're wearing whites in the front and white in the back. So they look exactly like penguins. So next time you see them, just look at what they look like. They look from far away, they look like a bunch of penguins.
Sometimes I stay silent because I'm actively holding myself back from like insulting these mullahs. But it's one of those times there.
Find them. Okay, go to the next one. I'll find it so you can see the penguin.
Okay. And Jogatai says, no, the Jaws movie music, the suspenseful tune. No, I know. I should have played. You know what? You're right. I should have played that at the beginning of the stream when I told you guys that the USS Boxer is coming. Should have played that in the background.
Wait,
although I don't know if that's
no, that's
copyrighted.
copyrighted. Yeah.
Copyrighted then. Yeah. I'll play it in my head. I'll just tell you guys to imagine it in your head. Everyone knows it. And thanks, Jagatai. And Kelly K saying, thank you both for your wisdoms and insights. I look forward to Iran being free. Javid Shah.
Oh, Javid Shah. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, if you zoom out and look at the historical timeline, we're like 90% of the way there. Thanks, Kelly. And Nacho saying the rabbi who backs Muslims is Tovia Singer. One guy. Oh, with the facts.
Oh, one guy.
He brought receipts.
Yeah. Yeah, you find, yeah, exactly. Yes. This is historically what people do with Jews, okay? They find one Jew or rabbi that is misbehaving, and they're like, the Jews, look at what the Jews believe in. As if like we don't have Christians or atheists or Muslims. Like, what is the expectation? People are like, we don't support Israel because there is a rabbi in Israel that has spit on a girl because she was wearing a skirt, or because there was a rabbi in Israel that spit on a Christian. What fucking country on planet Earth doesn't have shitty people in it? Your condition for being supportive of Israel is for them to have zero shitty people? I mean, historically, that's what people do with the Jews. They find somebody within their community that is misbehaving, and they're like, look how the Jews are behaving. You know, based on that standard, what people's views on Christians and every other group of people with mustaches, people with red hair, left-handed people, every group of people, nobody would be able to survive the standard.
Yep. Generally not a sign of high intelligence to take one sample and apply it to the majority. Thanks, Nacho, for backing us up. Don B said it would be interesting that the Boxer arrived the day of the funeral, and while they're distracted, they do invasion. I also thought about that. I'm like, oh, there would be a lot of distractions. There would be a lot of forces up there. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. But it would be, I thought about it and I fantasized about it, and I like where you're thinking. Again, I've been completely surprised before. Who knows? But I think it's highly unlikely.
I don't think they would be distracted from I don't think they would be distracted. I'm pretty sure they're like, holy fucking shit, that's the USS Boxer showing up at our door. Like, if we see it, they see it, so they're going to be pretty ready for it. Like, yeah. They have been thinking about, these Americans are going to come and invade our islands, aren't they? So they have been thinking about this for a while. So I don't think they're going to be surprised if that happens.
They've been drafting up plans for that specific invasion of the Persian Gulf and the southern coast of Iran for decades. It's nothing new. We saw Qasem Soleimani talking about it like 20 years ago.
But to be fair, what can they do? Like, you don't need, honestly, given the condition of the Islamic Republic's military right now, you don't really need the element of surprise, because what the fuck are you going to do anyways? Right? Like, what are you, like, you're going to send some drones and missiles, right? That's what you're going to do.
Yeah. And, in modern warfare, the Ukrainians proved that a few drones can take down battleships of Russia. So it's not unheard of, but this is the United States military. We've already had 100+ missiles and drones being shot at the USS Abraham Lincoln and shot them all down. So we know it can do that. Thanks, Don B. And just reminder, the U.S. military has not shown all of its capabilities, nowhere near it. So Nail Bunny says, remember how angry and upset everyone was on February 27th? Yes. Yes. And I also remember how the signs and patterns that were happening back then are also happening now, step by step.
Yeah, so every time you feel down and disappointed, just remember February 27th and then February 28th.
Yeah.
Ali Khamenei dead the day after. So things could turn around like that.
Yeah, you know, I was crying from like January 9th or 10th till I think it was like mid-April. Yeah, it was a good like 100 days where I would like wake up with so much anxiety and go to sleep with so much anxiety and like sadness, and then like I'd be crying like all the time. And then yeah, but on February 28th, I was crying happy tears actually. And I remembered that like that's one of the, it was like it marked me so well because it was such a contrast. I'll never forget that. It's like, what were you doing on February 28th? I was sitting in my room with the lights off and crying and watching you.
No.
Yeah, thanks, Nail Bunny. You're absolutely right. And Jagatai says, I'm with Armin. Islam's worse than you can imagine. Jimmy Carter did not read Khomeini's book. The CIA did not read Khomeini's book. No one read Khomeini's book, as if they did, they would have been like, what is this? What is this? The French did not read his book for sure. When they flew Khomeini in to Iran, no one did.
So guys, here's an interesting thing about the danger of Islam. These vile, disgusting teachings of Islam is not what makes Islam the most dangerous ideology. Well, I mean, besides communism, right? The reason why Islam, because you could have gross and vile and horrendous teachings here and there in your ideology, and it will just sit there and people don't do anything about it, and it's just sitting there in a text somewhere, and it's just there, right? The main reason why Islam is dangerous is actually more nerdy. Like, it's a lot more boring. Like, I could spend days just sitting here and showing you what wild, weird, crazy, funny, hilarious, retarded parts of Islam. And there's plenty of material. Okay, the Quran is a short book, but the Hadith world is like endless amount of nonsense. And beyond that, then we have the commentary from like all the scholars. On top of that, you could feel libraries of the most crazy Islamic ideas that are out there, and we could sit here and be disgusted and laugh and wonder. But the main thing, and again, this is the boring but the true part. The main reason why Islam is one of the most, if not the most dangerous idea. The reason why I say if not the most is because I consider communism to be as dangerous, if not more dangerous, compared to Islam. But but if the reason why Islam is so dangerous comes to something that I could just tell you in one sentence, and it's the explanation of that, it gets you like it's less interesting and it's boring, right? Is that Islam is not just a religion. Islam is a world model. And if people understand that, they will understand that they understand that fighting against Islam requires a completely different mechanism. If you understand this reality about Islam, Islam is not a religion, just a religion. It's not about faith and worship and personal morality. Islam is a world model. And for you to understand that, you have to see that because Islam is a world model, that means that it's not in competition with Christianity, Judaism, Hinduism, or atheism. That is not its main competition. Islam is a world model. That's why it's in competition with the current global Western model led and maintained by the United States of America. The current world model that we have, that's the competition. We have three main world models: the Islamic world model, the communist world model, and the current existing Western-led world model that came out of the Age of Enlightenment in Western Europe, and it was first established by the American Revolution, and then it became global standard, the standard globally after the World War II and after the Cold War. That is the competition to Islam. That's what Islam finds itself at odds at, because Islam has world domination in mind, making the whole world submit to its structure in mind. It's not about converting people's faith into this new religion. It's about full global dominance and making everything in the world submits to this structure. And if you understand that, you will understand the expansionism that is inherent within Islam. You're muted.
We've had to live side by side with these animals for 47 years. It's disgusting. Thanks, Chagatai. BT says, some of us believe you didn't go far enough, Armin. Oh, there's BT fanning the flames.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know. Who's some of us?
Who's some of us? Okay.
I want names.
Yeah. Armin Dark Hours.
Thank you, BT. You know, BT's got some really dark humor.
Yes.
You notice that? Yeah.
I love that.
Casey saying excrement on every page of the Quran.
That's a waste of excrement. Okay, that is because excrement is useful, right? You could actually, it's
grow food with it.
Grow food with it. Yes, you're making, in my opinion, you're making the excrement dirty with the pages of Quran. You're wasting good excrement that is plant food.
That's a clip. Okay. But yeah, thanks, Casey. And Tractor saying they all knew who Khamenei was, yet they still did it.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe we're giving them too much credit that they didn't read it and they didn't know. I think they did know. Now that you mention that,
they were ignorant about Iranian issues back then. Like they
were very ignorant, but someone must have read it.
And decided not to say anything about it.
Oh, man. Thank you, Tractor. And with that, guys, that is what we wanted to cover for today. There's just a couple other stuff, but we'll tell you tomorrow because, these are things that are going to be
Things are escalating in Iraq. Like the terrorists are pushing back. So we're probably going to have a really crazy day tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. The gunfire is still going on. And then the drone that was shot down was a U.S. drone. So, yeah, interesting.
Guys, tomorrow is going to be a very interesting day. So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification wherever you're watching this. So tomorrow you could be with us.
Yes, we'll give you updates on Iraq, Iran, Lebanon, and Israel tomorrow. The Kurdish invasion of Iran is still ongoing, although it might die down soon. It seems like they are being pushed back a little bit. And yeah, tune in tomorrow, same time. We're going to give you everything that's been happening. Hopefully there's more good news.
Oh, I'm getting another super chat.
Oh
my God. Oh no 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 no! Oh my God, BT saying, okay, highlight it. Go ahead. Okay, you go ahead.
BT's saying, thank you for the super chat. Saying poll idea. Who wants Ali's dark side? One in the chat, and two if you don't.
Guys, if we get Ali's dark side, based on what I've seen from Ali, our channel would be nuked out of orbit. Guys, he looks very calm and he looks very, I don't know, like innocent, but but underneath that there's, oh my God, oh my God, look at the chat. What are you guys doing? The whole chat is on. Are you trying to risk the channel? What the hell? Okay, we could. Oh, you know what? What about this? We could have Ali's dark side being shared privately, not on YouTube, on Liberty Politics discussion group on Ali's out. Let me actually put the link. What a good way to promote our discussion group. So Ali, because you don't stream your segments on YouTube, do you?
Guys, I don't stream and I don't record my segments. I want to have as much of an authentic discussion with people as possible, knowing that, you know, everyone knows that like nothing's saved, nothing's recorded. You can say whatever you want to say, and yeah, it's not always going to be that way though.
So if you go to our discussion group, which you could, I put the link in the chat. The link is in the QR code at the top left. The link is in the description. If you come to our discussion group and you look at our calendar for our group calls, you could find the ones with LA's picture on it, which are like, this is my picture, so that's me. That's going to be with me. But like, for example, this one with, no, that's Guy. The third one, this one with Ali's picture, the ones that has Ali's pictures, you could join those group calls and you could talk to Ali in those group calls for free. By the way, these are open to everybody for free. And, you know, it will all be private, not recorded. And you could ask him about his dark thoughts.
Yes, come. In server, you should show up.
Yes. Okay, they've got another super chat.
Yeah, Jagatai is saying Ali has literally peered into the hearts of men. I do. It's like an autistic level obsession with discovering or trying to learn what really drives people. And it started with myself. So, but then I also realized at the same time, like, okay, I can't be too obsessed with any one thing because then you're kind of like a slave to that. But anyway, whatever. I have a lot of different philosophical viewpoint things. But
Ali's obsessed with the human mind, right? You're obsessed with the human mind, basically. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right, guys, we gotta go. We're already over time. So that was us. Thank you for being here with us. And guys, again, thank you for Ali. Always with the best info. Does a lot of research before he does his segment. And it's not only good information, he does a really good job at keeping it interesting. Like, he comes at the beginning, gives us a summary of what he's going to talk about. You know, he creates tension and he creates, like, makes it exciting. So it's not, I'm like, I feel like I get entertained and educated by him every single day. So I really appreciate what Ali does. So
yeah, you know, actually, I make this for you too, because I try to think like, okay, I want to keep Armin entertained as well. Because like I am talking and you have to sit there while I'm talking, so might as well make it interesting for you too.
Every time I come here, he starts the show. I'm like, oh my God. Like, that's a lot of stuff. Yeah, great life. Okay. All right, guys, we're gonna go. And thank you for everything. And until same time tomorrow, I'm Israel Chai. Slava Ukrainian.
Slava Ukrainian. Cuba
Libre.
Long live America.
Javicha. Payende.
Iran.
Iran. See you guys same time tomorrow.